If you're tired of taking medication due to the pain you're experiencing in your low back from a herniated or bulging disc, this video is for you. I'm gonna give you my simple, natural painkiller that is perfect for people who are experiencing chronic low back pain from any type of low back injury. Now, if you're new here, my name is William and I teach chronic low back pain sufferers just like you how to overcome years of chronic back pain by mastering their mindset, improving their movements, and building smarter strength. So if that is what you are here to do, you've come to the right place. So one of my personal favorite accomplishments that I get to do with students who are living with years and years of chronic back pain, taking all kinds of medications that they don't want to take, is to get them to be able to wean themselves off of these things through natural painkiller strategies that they just tap into and start using to see this type of result. And I'm gonna share this with you step by step today. I'm gonna go over 4 really key things. Be sure to watch to the end. The 4th thing really kind of ties everything together, and it's a whole nother video in and of itself, but instead I'm gonna give you a very simple guide that you can take action on right now to make all of this even better. So watch till the end. Now let's jump in. Now the first step to this natural painkiller strategy is understanding what your unique fire pokers are. Now you're probably like, what in the world do you mean by fire pokers? And what these are very simple things that you are consciously or subconsciously doing throughout your day. These may include movement habits, the routines that you have, and maybe even your mindset that you are doing that are actually increasing the sensitivity in your body. Now, this in and of itself is a process because everyone's life is very unique, right? You live a certain way and you move a certain way and you exercise a certain way and your job has very specific demanding things on you. And it's not about shutting down your life or stopping living in order for your back to heal. No, it's about living your life, regaining the freedom that you actually want back, but being very specific with the things that are actually making your pain worse. Now, to do this well, you do what I call a fire poker audit. So you're gonna look at your life, looking at the movements, the activities, the daily habits and routines that are right in front of you that you can say, these are actually making my symptoms worse. Or when I do this, my symptoms pick up, my pain picks up or causes flare-ups. And you're probably like, well, duh, yeah, when I bend over, it hurts. What am I supposed to do? Just stop bending over? No, but there are patterns to the things that you find yourself doing, again, both subconsciously and consciously. And the number one thing you've got to start with is making sure that we are gaining as much control over those fire pokers as possible. Now, before we jump into this next point, we're going to talk about pain-free movements. And there's a lot of different movements out there, a lot of different exercises out there that are very confusing. Some cause pain, some don't. I want to make it super simple. And I made a free guide for you. You can go to fitnessforbackpain.com/routine. It's got a couple exercises that are really, really good for people who have herniated bulging discs, even dealing with chronic low back pain or sciatica symptoms, along with the reps and the sets. So you literally don't have to think or put anything together. You just watch the videos and you execute. You do it every single day. I give it to you for free. fitnessforbackpain.com/routine. Those are the best starting points when it comes to diving a little bit deeper into movement and exercise, and it's yours free. Go grab it. Now, let's jump back in. Now, this is done correctly. It's gonna allow you to introduce more movement. I tell students this all the time, whether you are carrying a baby, groceries up the stairs, vacuuming your house, or trying to lift weights in the gym, your pain system does not know the difference. It's just stress. So if you are in pain, stressed out because your pain system is so highly tuned up, doesn't matter what you do, sweeping, vacuuming, or lifting weights. It's still going to make your pain system worse, more aggravated, okay? So once you understand the process, you understand these pokers that you're trying to control, now we can introduce movement in a way that's gonna keep us safe and out of this place of constantly picking the scab of our injury. Now, it's not just any kind of movement that we're doing. It's not just, okay, now I start my core training or now I start training my glutes. We have to find pain-free movements that make us feel safe and confident using our bodies. Now, a good starting place is to find movements that just feel good. Maybe bending over hurts, but how does extending feel? Maybe twisting hurts, but what about side bending? Does side bending feel good? Do you feel safe doing it? Does it not irritate your body? If you can do it, then we can put together a movement pattern routine that allows us to explore movement instead of just being protective and safe and neutral all the time, we can explore movement to teach the brain that movement is safe, we're not broken, and we start to see these inconsistencies with our pain and the provokers of our pain so that we can understand truly, okay, what is the root cause of this pain? Is it because I do X way too much and I don't do enough of Y? Well, these are specific things that you will actually build out and understand more inside of your own personal pain profile. Now, the third critical step with this, now that we've introduced pain-free movements, we're trying to find a routine that we feel safe doing, we have to be committed to being consistent with what we're doing, whatever that might be. May not be in the gym, may not be a 5-day-a-week strength training routine. Where we're trying to find consistency with is in relation to the pain threshold that our body can handle. This is a huge factor when it comes to building out your unique pain profiles. This is what I do with students all the time one-on-one, and it can get complicated because it really matters what you want to do in your life, right? It really matters the type of lifestyle that you want to live, how active you are. Some people want to get back to high intensity training. Some people just want to get back to walking their dog, right? And that's okay. Wherever you're at in that does not matter. But what does matter, or the principle that everyone has to really understand, is finding consistency and committing to that consistency, no matter how intense or how elementary or geriatric it might be, you're committing to a level that is below your pain threshold. Now, for the people who are like hardcore fitness fanatics and they love ultra marathons and hiking and kayaking and being busy all the time, that can be kind of tough, right? But if you respect the process, you're going through these unique steps, your pain levels are going to go down. This is a very simple, natural painkiller. If all you're doing is taking medication, this is the only other option outside of surgery and getting more injections that aren't working already. So when we're finding this consistency, you want to respect your pain threshold. So an example of this, let's say if walking is something that I want to get back to doing. Well, I go out and I walk 3 times a week. And if I walk any more than 30 minutes, my back starts getting nasty, my sciatica starts kicking in. Well, I can't just walk every day for 30 minutes into that pain threshold. What I have to understand and respect is, okay, if 30 minutes of walking is where I'm living and sitting with this pain, I've got to find a threshold below that I can actually do and be safe and not allow my pain to get too high. Now, this might look like a 20-minute walk. This might be, let's say 5 walks a week at 15 minutes instead of 3 walks a week for longer periods of time. You can get creative and dynamic with how you work out your routine, but the most important thing is if you find that sweet spot of 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or this many reps, or that many reps, or this exercise and that exercise, you find your rhythm, you've got to be consistent. Mentally, you're strong. Mentally, you want to be able to do more, but physically, from a tissue health resilience perspective, you cannot, and you've got to understand that. If you do not understand that and you keep pushing through that, you will constantly be on this loop of pain that you're on right now. The fourth and final component to this natural painkiller strategy is picking a very simple, gentle movement exercise routine for you to follow. Now, this in and of itself is a video, and you can go back to other videos on my YouTube channel that break down different types of exercises. But if you want something that's super easy, super simple, and actually has the reps, the sets, the exercises that you can start experimenting with, especially if you have herniated discs or bulging discs, or maybe even having some sciatica with that, go to fitnessforbackpain.com/routine. It's a very simple daily routine that you can follow that has a couple exercises. I've already picked out the reps and sets for you. All you have to do is execute on it. Go to fitnessforbackpain.com/routine, and that will give you a very simple, gentle approach where you can tie in all the things that you've learned here in this video. Now before you run off and go get the exercises and start hammering these things until your pain picks up, remember, focus on the things that are in this video in order. Prioritize the order of all of these things. Once you gain understanding and a different perspective on your pain, the exercises that you make, or the exercises choices that you make, go away from just exercising for exercise sake, but you're exercising from a pain perspective, which is night and day what you're doing right now. If you're in the gym trying to use exercise to get out of pain, yet your pain keeps coming back after your workout is over, or maybe a couple of days after you're in flare-ups, or just the pain that you're experiencing is still chronic, right? You are exercising, you're doing the things, but your pain is still very, very real. That means the exercise routine, the strategy you have in place, or any of these principles have really not been implemented in the correct order. Now, if this seems overwhelming, again, just keep it simple. Start at the top, go with step 1, go to step 2. Now, if you're implementing all of these 4 key components of just this simple, natural painkiller strategy, then you should be able to wean yourself off of the pain relief medication, right? We're trying to give ourselves some space between the things that we're doing that we don't know that we're doing that are increasing our pain levels, and then the medication that's masking the pain, which is allowing us to do more of the negative stuff that we thought was good for us that's actually not good for us. As you can see, that could be a very vicious cycle, right? You don't want to go down that road. So if you implement these things, the goal is to be able to start cutting back on any type of medication. Again, I'm not a doctor. Always, always, always chat with your doctor. If the goal is to get off medication, have those conversations with your professional that you trust in the medical field, okay? I'm not a doctor. I don't do medication, but I take hundreds and hundreds of people off of medication by simply implementing these strategies. I hope this helps. Again, go grab that free guide, fitnesswithbackpain.com/routine. It's a great place for you to start. Thanks for watching. God bless, and I will see you on the next episode.